Hey guys, and thank you so much for tuning back into yet another video. Today's artwork is a speedart of the competition that I was working on, which was a collab between Aron Visuals and Envato elements. If you're unfamiliar with Aron, he's a very famous digital artist with years and years of experience making surreal and unique fantasy manipulations. Make sure to check out his Instagram. I'll leave a link in the description box below. And if you're unfamiliar with Envato, I don't know what rock you're living under in. In short, they're a website with millions of stock assets for graphic designers and digital artists. Also, Envato started following me on Instagram right before the competition results were announced, which made me think that I might have won the competition, but hell no, I did not even come up in the honorable mentions. Which is quite sad, but hundreds of talented artists had participated and I did my best in the time that was given. If you're enjoying this video, please make sure to like the video and subscribe. It takes only 2 seconds and it helps me run the channel more confidently and encourage me to put out more videos like this. Okay, let's get started with the stock images for this competition. There weren't any particular do's and don'ts for the competition, but I'm guessing we could add or subtract the given stock images along with the certain overlays and music which was provided along with these files. After making the artwork, all we had to do was post it on Instagram with the hashtag #MadeWithEnvato, and that was it. I did use the music which I will be showing in the final animated version at the end of this video, but I did not use the brushes or the overlays or the scratches that was provided along with the stock assets. Let's roll the speed art. This speedart is different from all my other speedart videos that I've put out on YouTube for the past 2 months. I know I keep repeating this in almost every video saying it's different, but usually when I say that, what I talk about is a technique that I implement compared to my previous videos. But this time I'm gonna be showing you an uncut version of how I make my edits when I don't screen record. What I mean is the speedart that I make for YouTube is tailored to YouTube, meaning I already make a mock-up or a rough composition for 5 to 10 minutes of the composite before starting my speedart fresh, and that is not the case with how I make my composition when I don't record. When I don't record, I start searching for stocks as I make my artwork and as my thought process and ideas evolve from the initial idea that I had in mind when I started with a blank canvas, and that is why you don't see me experimenting with stock images usually in my videos, but you will in this particular video. My YouTube videos are tailored in such a way to make the speedart much more enjoyable and also so I could feel comfortable while having all the materials that I used beforehand. This speedart is more raw, as you will find me experimenting with different stock images and techniques and switching it up with what works best and what doesn't, because this was worked on in real time with no planning beforehand whatsoever. I tried to use much of the stock images provided as possible, blended few of the skies together using different blending modes, replicated the mountain image provided to form a chain of mountains, and used a drone shot of the city as a viewpoint for the subject to be looking from. I tried blending the snow images that I had found online, but since they were white, they didn't really fit in with the environment that I was building. And this is something that I had already spoken about in some of my previous videos. I later swapped it with the stock image provided for the competition for the ground, but first I decided to bring in the subject to see how it fits in. I brought in an image of 2 dogs playing to make it look like the subject had brought 2 of these bad boys along with him to enjoy the view together. And like I said, I swapped the ground and it looked so much better with the current environment that I was building and made the image feel much more alive. I spent a good amount of time tweaking the subject's highlights and shadows because it was going to be one of the main elements of the composition, and you can nail everything with your composition, but if the subject doesn't look crafted, I'd say it makes it look very incomplete rather than vice versa, where if the subject is on point and if the surroundings are not so perfect, there's an illusion that you still finished the artwork properly. I added in a good amount of haze using my brushes, and the drone shot of the city slowly faded away. It doesn't really matter because of the altitude, there's probably not going to be any view of the city and there's probably going to be a lot of clouds. I brought in an image of a hot air balloon and duplicated them to fill the canvas, and I knew for a fact that this would look incredible in the animation part. I gave it its appropriate lighting and added some haze over it. Sometimes while making an artwork, if you feel like there's something wrong with it, but you don't know what it is, I'd suggest you temporarily close the file and open it with a fresh eye later on, which will show you very evidently what your mistakes are. I felt like the foreground bottom portion was a bit too empty, so I added in a wheat field, added in an abstract sky, and added in a camera raw filter. I did some post-recording corrections and added in a tent to alter the storyline a bit. It made more sense and looked less blank. I'd also like to show you guys a speed out of the After Effects workflow where I animated the layers. I tried adding in a Z-axis depth to it, but it later on felt like it was very unnecessary. I'll let the rest of the video play out, the results at the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching this video till the very end. I really appreciate your time, and I'll soon be back with another quality video.